fried. Deep fat 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 fried.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of everybody's favorite podcast.
Oh man, you're loud,
Deep
dude.
Fat Fried.
Why so loud?
I'm sorry.
I have sensitive ears.
Deep fat fried,
Thank you.
doodle doo. Deep fat fried, doodle dee doodle doo.
Okay.
So that's a pleasant voice to hear, TJ. You're fucking
Yes.
jarring.
A rich baritone, TJ.
Yeah.
Rich, deep, panty-soaking baritone, TJ.
What kind of words are even used to describe a voice like mine? Because I mean, like, I don't feel like it's not like screechy, it's not baritone, It's not deep, it's not really high.
You have a nervous, even
It's a
though
little nasally, maybe?
A little on the nasal side.
Yeah, a little nasal.
you have a nervous sounding voice, even though like I don't actually think you are nervous. Your
My voice
sounds-
sounds nervous.
yeah, you sound like you're perpetually nervous.
Oh man. God damn it! Now I'm gonna be insecure
I-
for the rest.
I
of my
know-
Now I really am nervous.
I know you're actually not though. That's the weird thing. Like she's like probably the least nervous person you'll see, but it always sounds like when you're talking, it's like you. It's like,
Hey guys, you want to go down to the waterfront? I don't know if we should.
Gee guys, I'm not sure.
It looks pretty dark down there.
I'm scared.
It's late, and mom's gonna be wondering where we are.
I could get hurt.
Yeah,
Somebody
dude.
could get hurt, even killed.
That's totally me all over, man.
I don't think it's that. I don't know. There's like a nervous kind of acid edge to your voice,
Damn acid
to
edge.
your presentation.
Whereas you just got a deep voice, Paul.
Yeah,
You just got like a booming, deep, powerful voice.
like the voice of Zeus himself.
Yeah.
Come down from Mount Olympus.
Speaking from the top of Olympus, making proclamations. TJ, henceforth you shall give 25% tithe of your earnings to Scotty and 25% tithe to me.
Hooray, Zeus!
Thus
Hooray!
saith Zeus.
Damn.
What a great decision by Zeus. I fully support
agree.
Zeus's decision.
It sounds, and what can you say no to that?
No, I mean
When a proclamation is delivered
from up high,
from up on high. Yeah,
From Zeus.
Zeus himself.
the king of the gods, TJ.
So as you guys know, last week we did Excess Part 1 with Scotty.
Are we rolling right into it, TJ? Is that what we're doing?
I guess so.
We're rolling right. Oh, sorry. I gotta just give me a sec. I gotta change my eyewear. I didn't know.
Paul has to change his eyewear.
I brought my appropriate eyewear for tonight. Let's see.
Of course. Paul Esquire.
It looks so comfortable.
at
It
your
is.
service.
I'm sure this won't get wearisome.
I'm sure you're right, sir.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, I can just tell the sheer horrible discomfort.
What are you talking about, sir?
Abject
A
discomfort.
gentleman is never in discomfort while wearing his monocle. His monocle.
His what?
His monocle.
Monocle.
A monocle?
Yeah. So you guys might notice, though, we did get new headphones. You guys can't see it. We got a new audio bank
did.
over there.
We did.
We got new XLR cables on our mics.
Oh,
know?
I gotta just tell everybody else, and they might not even understand how great this is, but for the first time in the show's history, like literally since the beginning, we can hear ourselves
Yes.
through the mics properly.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's driving me kind of crazy, though, because now every time we peak, I'm like,
I don't know, like, I don't know how to put into words how good that feels.
yeah.
Almost as good as wearing this monocle.
The monocle is so beautiful.
Audience, just
I'm here to provide balance to the episode today. To make sure that you don't run off with one of these rich people are vampires, rich people are against us type of things. We provide jobs. We provide good humor and wealth Yes, we spread the wealth. It trickles down from the bottom of our ball bags into your hungry, waiting mouths.
That's wonderful. But somehow, despite that fact, global inequality continues to be a problem.
Inequality. This is just rather a representation of people who don't pull themselves up by their own bootstraps, if you ask me.
Yes, indeed. So the richest 1% own 45% of the world's wealth. Global adult population and share of total wealth by group. So you see here the red lines are the percentage and of the population.
Look at this.
And then the blue line is the share of the wealth that they possess.
I like the inverse of the graph here. So, under $10,000 net worth, a ton of adults. Wealth share, tiny little percentage. $1 million plus. Oh, look, wealth share, almost, what is it? That's 45%.
Yeah.
Percentage of adults looks like about 1%, maybe.
Wait a minute. Is there even a line next to that one, or is that just a... I can't even tell. It's 1 pixel high.
Yeah. It's like... It looks like,
it gets even better. This is a share of wealth held by ultra-rich dwarfs their population share. So you can see there the 1 to 4.9 million. The share of population looks like it's almost at 1. No, it's about...
It's like 2 pixels high.
Yeah, it's about 4...
maybe 0.3%.
It's like 0. It's probably like 0.3 or something.
Not quite 3 apples high.
Yeah, it says these wealth owners had 11.3% of total global wealth, yet represent only a tiny fraction, 0.003% of the world population.
When you look at that 30 million plus, you literally can't even see the share of population line.
They literally, like, it's once again an example of reality making an ironic joke completely meaningless by being actually that stupid.
Well, that's
wow.
That line you're looking at, TJ, is the 0.003% for the
If you
30
had
million.
that much health left on your health bar when somebody beat you in a fighting game, you would throw your controller like a monkey. That's nothing. That's 0.
0 men have as much wealth as many countries. Or sorry, not 0 men, 10 men.
0, man. Damn. How the fuck do they pull that off?
So this is the top 10 Forbes billionaires. That's their wealth in billions.
Yeah.
And you can see that they're richer than Switzerland, Argentina, Poland, Taiwan, Sweden, Belgium, Thailand, Austria, and Norway.
I own vacation properties in each of these fine places. And I would like to tell you that there is no reason. Sorry, I'm having a bit of trouble with my eyepiece.
Yo, Monaco.
My eyepiece seems to have slipped out from the fold in my cheek.
Wealth of the world's poorest shrinks relative to billionaire wealth.
Yes,
There you see that chart.
yes, I do. What is this supposed to be in aid of?
In 2009, the combined wealth of the world's richest 380 people equaled the wealth of the bottom half. By 2017, just 42 billionaires had as much as the bottom 50%.
Seems pretty cool. This is the world's millionaire club continues to grow. So that's good. At least a lot more people are going to join the millionaire club, right?
Yeah.
That's a good thing. See, even the 30 million plus group,
A lot of those are going to be
that
in
might
like-
have grown. I can't tell. They look about the same.
Yeah,
lot of
they're
those-
not growing.
A lot of those are going to be in Asia as
Good
well.
old Asia.
The U.S. too, though. We're
The
definitely
5
self-producing.
million plus club hosts most of the world's millionaire wealth. So
5 million paltry.
the range. This is the people who have $1 to $5 million.
Poultry. They might as well be plebs.
Basically,
That much
peasants.
change in my couch.
The $5 to $30 million range, and then the 30 million plus range.
That's when people start becoming respectable gentlemen.
I think they need a new classification.
Here's
the billion
global
plus
income
range.
inequality by country. You can see Africa's. I don't even see them on the chart. I don't even know where they are.
I can see them through my monocle.
They're probably below the bottom of the chart. I don't.
No, they're right there in the center.
There we go.
My monocle, you see. You think this is just a silly piece of dress.
It says here,
Right there in the center. Yes.
Since 1980, the
Flat.
share of national income going to the richest 1% has increased rapidly in North America, defined here as the U.S. and Canada, China, India, and Russia, and more moderately in Europe.
I see. So this is the global 1% captured twice as much growth as the bottom half. So this is the bottom 50%, and this is the from 1980 to 2015.
You see, we've given some back there.
Yeah, look
in
at that.
2005,
If it was-
2010, we started to give some back.
It looks like a flatlining
basically-
hospital bed.
One of these lines is basically flat, and the other one's just like up. They went down a little bit here, though. So that's.
I should hope
that
to have an
2008?
EKG that
Yeah.
looks as good as that one on the bottom. I'd rather have that than a flat line. You think that line looks flat? You need to go back to college.
The U.S. is much more top-heavy
Sorry, I
than
just
any
can't
other
afford it.
OECD country. This is richest 1% share of the wealth, share of the national wealth. 2015 are the most recent.
Did you just say you can't afford college?
Can't afford college.
Why don't you just do what I did? Have one of
you
your
do?
daddy's friends call the admissions board.
I'm sorry, I should have thought of that.
Stupid.
The top 1% of the United States holds 42.5% of national wealth, a far greater share than in other countries. Like in the Netherlands, the top 1% controls like 27.83%.
All of those numbers are shockingly low.
In Greece, it's only
Shocking.
9%. But in the U.S., it's 42%. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, that's basically who controls the U.S. Like, they control 42% of the wealth. That's almost 50%. I mean, are we kidding here? Like, yeah, the other bottom half might control something, but it's all just being spent continuously to prop up the other fucking 1%.
But you guys know this guy?
Yeah, that's
He's the Shark Tank dude.
Yeah, this is Kevin O'Leary, also known as Mr. Wonderful on the show Shark Tank.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully, he has a solution to this problem of inequality we just took a look at.
I'm sure he does.
He does.
Oh,
well, you don't believe me?
No, I believe you. I said I'm sure he does, TJ.
So they published a report that said that 85 richest people on Earth are now worth as much as half of the world's population.
What?
So they asked him what he thought about that, and he really, I think, addressed the issue of income inequality in a very big, important way. He said, "This is a great thing because it inspires everybody, gets them motivation to look up to the 1% and say, I want to become one of those people. I'm going to fight hard to get to the top."
Here, here.
And then the interviewer asked
Pip,
him,
pip.
so somebody living on $1 a day in Africa is getting up in the morning and saying, I'm going to be Bill Gates?
Why wouldn't they?
And then Kevin said, that's the motivation everybody needs. Don't tell me that you want to redistribute wealth again. That's never going to happen, okay?
That's right. Absolutely right. This is a smart man.
Yeah, either you support the billionaire class or you just want to seize their assets and distribute them.
No, let me tell you something. Like, if you ever watch Shark Tank, and I don't watch it a bunch of times, but I've seen a bunch of the highlights, like the best ofs or whatever. This dude right here, he is the only one on that panel that isn't like half retarded. He's the only one that will speak truth. Like, a lot of times the sharks will all buy in on some horrible product and he'll be the lone dissenting voice. Like, this is dog shit and nobody's going to buy it. And he's always right. Like, you never hear from these products again. So all these people are eating losses. He's smart, man. But yeah, so what do you think this is? Indicative of the attitude of the super wealthy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So,
of
like,
course.
they're like, fuck you. We've got what we've got, and we should be a beacon for you to pull yourself up out of the muck and be one of us.
Right, exactly. And here's some rich kids on Instagram. These are some rich kids of Instagram votes, or Instagram posts, rather. So here is just a picture of some gold bars and
Gold and
platinum
platinum.
bars.
Oh, nothing,
Yep.
dude.
Just like professionally minted platinum. See, this is like, and you know what this is a representation of? The fact that rich people will be just fine in the apocalypse because they all have this shit, and this is the type of stuff that's going to be traded for goods and services and soldiers and guns and all the things you need to survive in the
Yes,
apocalypse.
I have a giant gold bar.
Yeah, I've got, dude. That just looks like it's sitting in his fucking room.
Look at this.
The ace of spades has been open for more than an hour. Get a new one.
Of course.
Dump that fucking old shit out.
That fucking swill, dude.
Pop open a new bottle.
That's not even fit to be in a sink. How dare he even dump
How
that in a
much is
sink?
that shit a bottle?
300 or so. Although this might be a specialty one.
Rather cheap, don't you say?
Who knows?
I don't think they understand the concept of a service charge. So they were already charged a 17% gratuity on this giant list of expensive purchases.
Right.
but then they also tipped the another 3,000. So either they just wanted to show off their opulence, or
What is this
or they
for?
didn't understand this.
This
is a bar.
This is probably a table
This
service.
is just a bar tab.
Yeah, this is 80
80
sexes
sex
on
on
the
the
beach,
beaches.
10 DP Rose, 5 DP Luminous. I don't even know what most of this shit is.
Holy shit, bro.
Fiji. That was the cheapest thing. That was only $88.
Well, that's just water. So.
How is the 80 sex on the beaches the cheapest thing on that fucking list? That's what I want to know.
Because they're ordering really expensive shit.
Because everything else is super expensive shit.
That's tequila.
Oh, that's
too.
Dom Perignon.
Yeah. If you can afford Ace of Spades champagne, you can afford a DUI.
I guess that's true.
The owner's manual didn't say anything about coffee bean. It's just like, this is my cheetah that I have.
Yeah, just my cheetah cub that I keep chained up in my house.
Here's a plate.
Would you eat off a plate of diamonds and gold and shit?
I guess. I'd probably be more interested in selling
So
it.
all the fucking money, a lot of them, this is all they're doing with it.
I know, right? They're so boring. Here they are on a yacht watching a movie on the deck.
Well, that's cool.
That's pretty neat.
I mean, that's a good.
Yeah, at
use
least
of-
that looks to me like a good expenditure of money.
This guy seems like he's having fun. You know, he's just he's at the barber shop smoking and getting his nails done and his hair cut at the same time.
Is that a cigarette or is he smoking a big J?
That's a J, dude.
He just fucking
Good.
got a J going?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And he's getting his nails done?
Yep. And his haircut.
that's kind of lame, dude. I mean, that's cool, but I mean, that's kind of fucking lame.
Damn.
Here they are, a water
Okay.
slide off the side of their yacht.
Also, a good use of their fucking obscene wealth.
Scotty wants a yacht, dude.
Dude, I definitely want a yacht, dude.
Well, I think we all do.
Just to get from point A to point B, you know, you got your horse and your fucking, I don't even know what, that's a Lambo, I guess.
That is.
Looks like it.
600 shots, you know? Why not? I don't know what's so crazy about this dog, but
Well,
It's in
the-
a really expensive bed.
Yeah, that bedding is like fucking probably more than the bed that you sleep in.
probably more than my house.
Yeah.
Here he is just enjoying an in-flight meal of wines and cheeses and fruits and crackers and shit. Fucking dog has its own little just seat on the fucking private jet.
Dude, that dog's a bigger baller than us, dude.
See, I like
Hell
this.
yeah, he is.
I'd do this too, though. Dinor wouldn't have to be an old fucking pet carrier.
Oh, of
if I
course.
was rich.
I mean, if you were rich, of course you would do that.
I don't know what that's about. Some cute.
So some of this some of this is almost understandable to me. Like if I was rich, yeah, I'd let my dog be on the plane with me. And if I was rich,
Well, that doesn't even seem absurd. 'Cause I mean, everyone loves their fucking
and
dog.
maybe that person did realize that they were charged a gratuity and did want to give just a fat ass fucking tip. That's redistribution of wealth right there. I'm all
Look at
for
that, dude. Yeah.
bunch of Gucci and,
And-
shit, no
and-
wrapping paper, just like
Why
show
bother,
off the
dude?
brands. Show
Well,
off the brands.
Why would you put cheap ass looking Santa wrapping paper on a Gucci bag, dude?
Gold AT&T insurance cover that? It's like a gold iPhone with diamonds and shit.
Huh.
2 black cards, and that's what you're drinking? That's a good point.
Simple taste, dude. Simple taste.
Just a few clothes for the week. More shopping bags. Swimming pool full of wine bottles or champagne bottles. I don't know what the fuck they're drinking there. Are those like...
I don't know. I don't know. It's gotten so obscure now that I don't even know what these brands are and what they're supposed to be. And
Yeah, just like nice car. There's a fucking a Christmas tree on that fucking thing. She likes him for his personality.
Oh, some of these people
for
are,
sure.
are a little salty,
It's
man.
getting a little jealous.
It's a little
We're getting in
salty,
jealousy
dude.
territory.
They're like, oh,
But it's not just rich kids on Instagram. What about the rich parents of Instagram?
yeah.
huh?
You know what? Can't just give it all the shit to the kids, dude.
Here's this guy just,
Chilling on his private jet.
he's just taking a nap on the step of his private jet there.
yeah,
Well, he
getting
owns it.
any rest I can. Yeah.
Love it when peasants admire my car.
At least this one's honest.
That one's butt crack is hanging out too. What an unfortunate picture.
Which one today, Dad? Which fucking... Damn, our new yacht is small. Such a tiny thing. Oh, look, what's this, like, floating water slide you got?
Yeah.
Dude, see, with these ones, it seems like they're a lot more honest. They're just like, I'm richer than you. Fuck you.
Dad, I wanted a Lambo, not a Ferrari. This is, I guess someone's kid went and fucking spent a shit ton of money somewhere.
Just Bob. He
Biggest
looks like he
bar
just
receipt
bought
I've
drinks for
ever seen.
everybody at a bar a bunch of times.
Saw this on my child's Snapchat. Mom is cleaning out her handbag, and there's just like big piles of money. Can't get more brazen than that. She's like, yeah, this is just money.
Yeah, there's like 10 grand here. No big deal.
My dog's richer than you fuck.
They give the dog a 500 euro note, dude. That's great.
Dog's fucking loaded.
That dog's a baller, dude.
Thanos is on there.
Oh, wow.
This is so weird because this looks shopped, but just a bunch of shoes. There's another. There might be the same pit bull.
Dude,
not
rich
pit bull,
people
Yeah, that
really
looks
love
like that
bulldog from
same
earlier.
dude.
Dude, rich people really love bulldogs, dude.
Yeah. So there was a Reddit thread a while back where people were asked about the weirdest like use of money they'd ever seen by a rich person.
Cool.
So here's some stories that got told. One family I know bought the $3 million house next door so they could knock it down for a tennis court. Guy from my town bought a helicopter. He had fallen out with his neighbor, so he decided to call his pilot at 4 a.m. and hover over his neighbor's house all night to annoy
awesome,
him.
I mean, wouldn't you though?
That's a boss right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's beautiful.
I met the CEO of the company I work for and complimented his watch. The first thing he did is take it off one day and let me wear it. The watch he was wearing is a Patek Philippe that costs $1.75 million. That watch alone cost more than every asset in my family for the past 4 generations.
It's fucking ridiculous.
That's just, and he's so casual, like, yeah, wear it. It's like, this is a $2 million.
Yeah.
That's fucking obscene.
I went to a birthday party in 3rd grade. Every girl in 3rd grade was invited, so 80 girls were picked up in limos, taken to a Build-A-Bear where we could choose any bear. Then we all got manicures and pedicures. We went to Red Robin for dinner and limoed back to her mansion for a sleepover. I will never attend a party that fancy again. I'm sorry, any party that includes Red Robin is really not that fancy. I was helping an owner rent his apartment, which is an investment property. It's a 2,500 square foot condo unit with 4 balconies and a 360-degree view of Midtown East Manhattan, asking $15,000 a month. We rented it for 6 months up front with an option to renew. The person never moved in.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
They're just so obscenely wealthy they can rent a fucking
they
penthouse
just rented
apartment.
it on the off chance they might want to use it, but they didn't even use it.
Yeah, no point.
Never moved in, never moved any furniture in. They just paid $15,000 a month to own an apartment.
Yeah, just to make sure
Not
that
even own it,
nobody
just
else could
to
get it.
rent it out.
Yeah, to make sure nobody else could have it.
Yeah.
Just in case
No,
they
90
someday might want it.
Dude, that's 90 grand just to make sure you can have your little space in New York.
Easy peasy.
One of my dad's friends from high school is unbelievably rich and a collector. He owns a legitimate Stradivarius, which is a violin. Eventually, he decided he wanted to learn how to actually play it, so he signed up for lessons and brought a Stradivarius with him down to the local music shop to meet his instructor and have his first lesson. I can only imagine the look on the instructor's face.
Yeah, I mean, he probably didn't want to even touch it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I
for
don't even
those
know
that
what
are
the
not
I don't
played.
know what the price tag is on that, but I know it's insane.
a lot
They
of-
can be, depending on
Yeah.
how old it is and
They're
how
act-
much of it is original.
Everything I've ever heard about them is that they're very prized, but at the same time they don't produce the best like sounds. So it's kind of just like this thing where there's a collector market for it, which they're insanely rare and they're well made, but they're not even as I understand like, the best instruments to necessarily play.
Yeah. Work in a shoe store, had a customer come in and say, give me 1 pair of every men's shoe in a size 10. He didn't want to try them on or look at them. He just needed some shoes for each of his houses. I work on commission, so it was a huge sale for me. That was about 140 pairs of shoes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about like. I'd probably be more of the type of rich guy where I would just find like the pair of shoes that I thought was the most comfortable, and then just
And buy like 3,000 pairs or
right, just
something.
buy like 100 pairs of them. You know,
Yeah, I just own a bunch of these same shoes.
put a bunch of pairs in each house I have or
Oh,
whatever.
dude, read the last one, dude. This is just like
It's baffling how helpless rich people can be sometimes. I guess once you get accustomed to paying people to do things for you, you just can't shut it off. I worked as an IT consultant years ago, and I was sent out to the home of the CEO of one of our clients. Hard drive failed. Nope. Virus. Nope. He forgot the password to his personal email account. He wanted me to call his ISP for him and reset his email password. I had to collect his personal information and pretend to be him because they wouldn't talk to anyone else.
You know, when I'm reading shit like this, it's funny. Like, there's an equal parts revulsion and
jealousy.
And, yeah, like, utter envy.
Yeah.
And that's really, like, the sick part of this. And I think that's true of anybody. Like, even the most staunch anti-capitalist, like, if they could secretly just be teleported to a life where they're a fucking multi-billionaire, I'd say 99% of them would do it.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah,
there's
almost
like
everyone would.
So it's such a strange, like, dance that we do as a society with wealth and opulence, because on one hand we're all disgusted by it because we ain't got it and we probably never will, but on the other hand we want it because we ain't got it and we probably never will.
Yep. And also it kind of protects the rich too, because no one ever really wants to overthrow them, because there's always that off chance of like, maybe that could be mine someday.
Right.
So
I mean, I can't help. I'll be honest with you. Every one of these fucking things, well, maybe not every one of them, but like when you were looking at those big yachts, I was imagining my big fat ass son on one of those motherfuckers.
yeah, me on a yacht.
I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah.
Isn't that fucked up? And like, I know how destructive that shit is. I know how fucked up it is to have that tiny little billionaires club own that proportion of the wealth of all of humanity.
Yes.
But I can't help but think of the possibilities that my life would have in it.
It's
for
so
travel
amazing
and
to have that kind of power.
experience. Like, it's not. It's like, just for me, that just having a yacht like that
Just
and a
do whatever.
jet, and I can
I mean,
go
it's-
wherever I want.
It's just a degree of freedom that most people
Right.
don't get to experience, because it's like, you know, no matter how free we are hypothetically or whatever in society, unless you have that level of wealth and extravagance, there's so much stuff that's just closed off to you.
You know what it
Right.
feels like to me? It feels like it's like cultural gambling. It's like you look at the outlier and you go, maybe I will be outlier. Maybe I will be this rare group of, and like it is possible. And like you're sold on it your whole life. It's like the first thing you hear about, like living in the U.S. or a lot of countries. It's like, look, I mean, there's this person that just came here with nothing and now they're rich. You know, a lot of people have that dream of like, you know what, I'm going to do this thing.
I'm going to be rich.
And I'm going to be this fucking rich person. And we all know, looking at the numbers, I mean, the numbers are right in front of us. It ain't many fucking people. So, like, if you believe it can happen, sure. But you have to look at the other possibility. They're one of the people that's under 10,000, the majority of the population, which is where you're probably going to end up at. If you're smart, for most people, that most you can help for is, like, maybe you'll save up a lot of money through your retirement accounts and investments and make some smart choices, and you'll have, like, $1 million or something. But you're still not just this wealthy person
You ain't
like
gonna
we're
be
talking
that.
about.
So, here's another thing rich people are doing. And Paul knows about this.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
These are wings
Yes.
dipped in gold.
Yes, they are.
It's the food god. Now I know Heron has tried every single thing in the world, but are you ready to try the food god gold wings?
I'm
Your name's
ready.
worth. They're crazy. Gold, gold, gold.
Oh. Delicious gold.
The mac and cheeseburger looks way better than the gold.
Yeah,
chicken
I'd order
wings.
that. I'd get that. I'd get the mac and cheeseburger.
Their most recent menu item is a collaboration with
I became friends
Food
with
God.
Jonathan through the nightlife scene 12 years ago. Said, bro, let's do a collab. Since our wing package here at the Ainsworth is phenomenal, we decided to piggyback off that.
I instantly do not like that guy.
Well, I'm going to tell you, dude, any of the people that are running these upscale, douchey, rich joints are going to be just like that.
I know, right?
Our wing package is just so fucking off the charts here that it just made sense for us to partner with this fucking hideous vampire. It just made sense for us to fucking latch on to this weirdo from Instagram that eats gold.
It's just fucking super pretentious, dude. They're just dipping. I'm sure those are tasty fucking wings. They're just dipping wings in gold. I mean, this isn't some innovative fucking thing.
There's nothing that I love more than wings. So I said, if your chef could make them gold, we'll do it. I never thought they were going to come out this incredible.
What the fuck is this? How is this fucking creative, man? This is a fucking rich guy circle jerk, dude. Like, if you could just dip it in fucking gold, it's like, yeah. Where's the fucking achievement here? I can just dip my dick in gold. Do I get a fucking medal too?
Yeah, from this guy
This
you
is
would.
fucking stupid,
If
dude.
you dipped your cock in gold, I'd suck it.
I'd suck it.
And then I'd take Insta pics of the little gold dust on my lips after I blew you. Isn't this the most extra blowjob you've ever seen? I blew a guy who dipped his cock in molten gold before I blew him.
Oh, you think that's all there is, Paul?
No, I actually don't.
Do you think that's all there is, Paul?
This is probably just a drop in the bucket.
About some gold fucking sushi.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Eat you some gold. You love sushi, Paul.
Oh, I wouldn't.
You're a big old sushi.
Like, if there was a big plate of the best sushi in the world in front of me right now, I wouldn't even try one piece of it.
That's right. But would you try this? Would you
Yes.
eat the gold
Yes.
sushi, though, Paul?
Yes, I would. I don't even like sushi, but the fact that it's dipped in gold makes it extra. And that's what I'm all about. That's what I do.
Let me ask you this. How about a gold donut?
What the fuck, dude?
Every morning for breakfast.
Every morning?
Yep.
Every single morning.
what
you
I
have
do
a
is-
gold donut
yep.
for breakfast?
I go to the forge and I have them melt me some gold and I just pour some molten gold in my coffee and stir it in to heat it up. And then I eat one of
I
these.
want to see Food God Instagram a picture of his gold flecked turds. I want to see the golden shit that he takes.
You know, yeah, he has
The world's most valuable resource is literally my fucking shit.
dude. I want his entire day to be filled with eating gold, and then the fucking massive fucking fat turd that comes out.
I want to see him shit a solid gold brick of shit.
the gold fleck nightmare mountain of fucking shit. I love it, dude.
It's a golden turd, dude.
I love
How
it.
about golden Oreos?
I really am the goose that lays the golden egg.
How about a gold Oreo, Paul?
Oh yeah, why not?
Why can we not?
Is that real? This is just a shop.
It's real.
This
How
is
do
a
they
shop.
make?
It's not,
Is
it's
it just
real.
gold? It's a gold coated Oreo. That's it.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me put on my monocle.
Yes. Scrutinize.
No, no, this is a shoop.
No, it's not.
This is a shoop.
I assure you-
100%
I assure you, good sir.
shoop. Shoop the whoop.
You know what you need, sir?
What do I need?
A gold cappuccino.
Why do I need another? I've already had 3.
Oh, you've already had
I'm,
3,
Yeah,
right?
I'm feeling a little,
Too much caffeine.
Yeah, my heart's racing a bit.
Okay.
I don't like that. It feels like physical labor.
I didn't know you rich people had hearts. Okay.
Feels like physical labor when my heart races like this.
Well,
and
you know
I don't
what?
like it.
Might slow that heart down?
What's
a
that?
nice, big, savory golden steak right there, my man.
Oh yes, that looks delicious. Eating the world's base
This is from
currency.
the Feed Your Girlfriend
Literally
Instagram.
flushing down the toilet one of the most precious and non-renewable resources in the world for no other reason than I want to eat gold.
So beautiful.
It's wonderful.
Gold ice cream.
Yes, a delightful dessert. If you're slumming it,
Oh, what would you normally eat for dessert?
I'm just wondering why that cone isn't also gold.
Oh, you're just
I'm
pissed.
supposed to eat my golden ice cream out of a plebeian's normal sugar cone?
Well, maybe it's
A
just
normal sugar cone?
maybe it's just for the artistic contrast.
Maybe I'd send my teenage children to a place like this to enjoy something like closer to the roots of humanity, but otherwise you'd never catch me dead eating something like this. Look at that. What is that, a little paper napkin around the bottom? Ugh!
Disgusting.
That should be a silk chemise. There should be a silk chemise around a solid
That is
gold
true.
waffle cone. And the ice cream itself should not only be dipped in the gold that solidifies like the chocolate would on a normal cone, but the ice cream itself should be imbued with gold. So when you bite into it, there's gold on the inside as well.
I honestly,
Disgust me.
don't you personally feel they haven't gone far enough? Why
And
would-
this is something. Listen, no man of opulence would eat chicken parts. I don't care what you've dipped them in.
don't you feel they haven't gone far
Chickens-
enough, though?
Chickens are a peasant bird. They keep flocks of them in their squalid little backyards.
That is true.
Laying eggs and slaughtering one or two every couple of. It's horrible.
So this is for the pseudo reach.
Oh, absolutely. This food god man is a pretender. He borrows his Rolex watches. Borrowed watch. Borrowed chain around his neck. Borrowed personality. And borrowed gold sprinkled on borrowed chicken parts from the backyard of some pleb. What a flock.
What about the platinum though? Like, why we have not seen platinum?
I
dipped
don't
ice
think.
cream?
I think they
because
would die if they ate it.
Because you
probably.
haven't looked at any of the restaurants I dine at.
Oh, really?
That's
Oh.
why. Yes, the platinum restaurants don't allow stupid idiots with cell phones to take Insta pics of it. The truly opulent desserts never get seen. They're only consumed and then excreted.
Awesome. I love it. So let's talk about car collections. I didn't really want to. This is something a lot of rich people like to waste a shit ton of money on, is buying a shit ton of cars. And probably the most famous example of a car collector is Jay Leno.
Leno? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I don't want to, but before you get started.
Go ahead.
So Leno, I've seen him driving around in some like absurdly rare cars.
Yes.
And they've done, and a bunch of like those car channels on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Have done like, hey, we got to visit Leno's garage or whatever and look
Right.
at a few of his
I watched one.
So this dude has like, it's a world-renowned car collection,
It is,
right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is
I
one
watched.
of the most. This is one of the most extensive private car. I don't think it's the largest in the world, but it is a famous collection.
I've seen he has a show, and I've seen the episode. I think like Joe Rogan or something was on his show like a few years ago, and they're showing his. I think it's like a Stingray, a Corvette Stingray.
well, I have a video.
but Jay Leno has
Cool.
a ton. It's insane.
Let's take a look.
There you go.
Hey,
Hi,
Jay,
Don, how are you?
I'm all right.
So much that I do not
Yeah.
deserve, son.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, welcome to my garage. Sorry, I don't know why I don't automate that door there.
This is so cool. So how did you get into it? I mean, this
Jesus.
is just a phenomenal collection.
I enjoy it. It's fun. It's fun to do. This is the first car I got when I came to California. I bought this car at a penny saver for $350, and I lived in the car. I dated my wife in the car.
Dated her in the car? Does that mean he fucked her
Yes,
in the
that
back
means
seat
he
of it?
fucked
Yeah,
her in the
dude.
backseat of the car.
That fucking car scene.
I
accident,
dated my
dude.
wife in the car.
Yeah, and right there, you can still see some stains
Before satellite
from the
radio,
semen on the back
Before
seat when I
CD
fucked my
players.
wife.
before 8 tracks, you had the highway hi-fi.
For real?
Oh yeah, that's real. Yeah, it's a real option. Yeah.
That's real.
Oh yeah,
real.
oh yeah. Believe it or not, it's real.
Presumably bumps in the road are just going to send them.
Well, the idea is you're supposed to stop by the side of the road and you kind of play your records. You know.
Right.
The only records available were Davy Crockett and Pajama Game. That was pretty much Davy Crockett. That's the only record I could get. So it's not quite as cool.
That's fantastic.
And Jay, when he's just being interviewed by CNN, kind of trails off a lot.
Yeah, man. It sounds like he's on Xanax or something. He's just like distracted and a little doped.
And these old
This
cars,
is my
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
Let me. Jay, go show the nice man your cards.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Jay Leno was on tons of
more
fucking
simple. Don,
perfectly
let's-
legal marijuana, dude.
He's on the
Yeah,
marijuana.
He probably ate a fucking giant fucking pot brownie. He's like, oh, okay, I'll do this interview now.
He does kind of sound like the dude. You know how the dude just kind of like listening out of.
Dude, I've watched a lot of shit with Jay Leno. I'm pretty much convinced he's perpetually stoned. Like, since he left the Tonight
Oh,
Show,
yeah.
he's just
Well, why
perpetually
wouldn't he
like,
be?
whoa.
He just gets high and drives around in these
Yeah.
cars all day.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
So
What a great life.
his collection overall is worth about $50 million.
That's pretty absurd. I'm sure it's not anywhere near the most expensive car collection in the world.
No,
but
it's probably not.
it's more remarkable for the rarity of some of the cars that he has. He's a collector of
Yes.
rare antiquity cars.
And he really shows it off too. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people are kind of like, this is my private. Like he's like very public, and he was a media figure. Like he does a ton of interviews and press around it. So just people see it.
I
all
like
the time.
showing off my cars. Yeah.
But I mean, like, to put that into perspective, like a lot of big celebrities don't even have houses that are $50 million. Like a lot of them live in like $28 million houses, $30 million houses, $8 million houses,
$100
whatever.
million houses.
Some of them do live in $100 million houses. And we're going to actually take a look at some of those in a minute. But first, let's take a look at the yacht that once belonged to Paul Allen of Microsoft fame.
Oh, yeah, I partied on that yacht.
This yacht here, Paul Allen was a self-made billionaire whose fortune was built through Microsoft. His super yacht features 2 helipads, making it easy to access his ship from any location. You see the 2 helipads there. One is on the...
So when he gets to an area, he doesn't even have to like deboard. He can just
pops in your helicopter.
right
You know?
hop in your helicopter.
When he was alive, he died last year.
Yes,
Right,
he just
okay.
died recently, but yeah.
Which is crazy because he left behind this, dude. Who gets this?
Yeah, which kid got this?
So other onboard features include multiple game rooms, a spa, a recording studio,
Dope.
hot tub, swimming pool, movie theater, and 2 submarines.
I want this.
Yeah.
I want this boat. That's all I need is this boat and infinite money, and I could
Infinite money.
I could be happy forever.
Just that boat and
Yeah.
infinite money,
Yeah.
and you're good.
The best thing is you gave Paul this boat, like he said, because if you gave Paul this boat, he would be able to do nothing with it. 'Cause
No.
you couldn't man it.
I wouldn't be. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to take this boat out of port.
You couldn't pay the board fee.
No.
So, the Kardashians.
I'm sorry,
Man, this is real. This is hard to look at, man, because so much of America is caught in the disgusting
It's like on its,
Venus
like,
flytrap-like vaginas of
It's like
these
in
women.
its 12th season or something like that right now. 12th or 13th, something like that.
This is just...
So I was trying to figure out why the fuck they're even famous.
They're famous because they're famous.
Right. But I was trying to figure out how it even started. So apparently Kim used to pal around with Paris Hilton and got kind of known as like Paris Hilton's friend.
She's a rich girl
Right.
who was friends with Paris Hilton.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then she had a sex tape.
Okay.
And, I'll get into it a little bit more. So the patriarch of their family was Robert Kardashian Sr., who was an attorney, married to Chris Houghton in 1978. They had 4 children, Courtney, Kimberly, Chloe, and Robert. Robert Kardashian had a successful career in the 70s and 80s, but really rose to fame in 1994 when he defended the family's good friend O.J. Simpson in his very public murder trial. In the years immediately following Robert Kardashian's untimely death, the family struggled a bit to get their bearings. Kim Kardashian was to thrust the family back into the spotlight once again when she became socialite Paris Hilton's stylist and frequently accompanied her on nights out. Throughout the early 2000s, Kim Kardashian was known as the pretty brunette friend of Hilton's, who was also famous for basically nothing.
For being, well, I mean, honestly.
And doing a sex tape.
It's not nothing. We've already covered it. She
being rich.
was famous because her parents are rich and she has a bunch of money, and so she can go to all the rich things and drive all the rich people cars.
Right. Yes.
And the media takes pictures of it.
So Kim Kardashian eventually made a sex toy with her then boyfriend Ray J.
A sex toy?
Yeah, sex toy.
A sex toy.
A sex toy, eh? And the tape quickly made her a pop culture phenomenon. So a year after the tape comes out, she's got a reality show executive produced by like Ryan Seacrest and shit,
Oh,
who is responsible for this abomination. It's
disgusting.
constantly subject to terrible reviews, constantly maligned in pop culture, and yet the ratings are huge, and it continues to be a huge hit show. It's in its 12th or 13th season at this point. Been running since 2007, so it's basically an American institution. And it's just about a bunch of rich, vacuous cunts that don't really do anything.
I will never understand their drive to allow the plebs to look into their lives. Their eyes on me would feel disgusting.
Disgusting to you.
Filthy. I'd feel mocked almost by their presence in my life, knowing that their eyes were on the opulent and wonderful things that I do, the succulent grapes that I eat on the ports of Galilee.
I wish that I could say that the worst thing America has ever done for a greedy, self-important billionaire is make them a reality star, but unfortunately, we eventually made one president. So let's take a little tour of the Donald's house here.
This is where he lives.
This is where he lived prior. This is his main residence.
Right. This is where he'll go
This
back
is
to.
Trump Tower. This is his
after he's
Manhattan
not
penthouse.
Yeah.
This is where he calls home.
Proper house, I would
So
say.
it looks like it already hurts my eyes to be in that room.
Oh, it hurts every room will hurt your eyes.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. This is horrifying.
Yes, he just
I mean, that view is fucking
staggering.
amazing. Why you would want to diminish from that view by bedecking everything in this overly baroque, like hideous gold bedecked nonsense.
It's like a cartoon character's idea of opulence, dude.
It's like that view is the fucking center stage here. No matter how much fucking gold slop you throw up on the walls, no matter marble, like he's marble pillars.
Yes.
It just seems like a shoddy attempt to make like the Palace of Versailles into your residence in fucking Manhattan.
It looks like an
dude.
ugly fucking hotel suite that they're charging too much a night for some fucking person to feel rich when they're actually not.
It really does. It looks like one of the fucking upper end suites at like a Caesar's Palace or something.
Right. It looks like a Las Vegas
the
hotel room.
The
really
Augustus
does.
room.
And it's just gold and chandeliers and all the rich people cliches you could stuff into something. Like everything about this house is meant to just convey like, I'm super rich.
Oh, I've eaten at that table.
This is his bedroom.
I fucked on that bed.
Every room in his house pretty much looks the same, but like look at this ridiculous nonsense.
I've ridden in that carriage.
You have?
Yes.
Quite beautiful.
I've played with those toys. I've sat at that desk. I've...
Okay.
Have you putted on that floor?
Yes.
Paul's put it on every floor. Hey, look, it's a room that actually looks like a normal human being belongs in it. That's kind of fun. What the fuck is this?
I've incubated in that egg.
Wow.
What is this absurd?
How about some more shelf space? What the fuck?
I know, seriously. Well, he doesn't want to detract from the hideous gold leaf and...
Well, you could make the
shit.
shelves out of gold and diamonds and rare imported marble and shit.
Or maybe, I don't know, put away some of those pictures and pick the ones that you really like. I don't know, dude. What is this?
This is your president's taste.
Yeah.
If Trump had his chance to decorate the White House however he wanted, it would be this gaudy bullshit. It just goes on.
I want to see his toilet.
Yeah, maybe they'll show us his toilet.
The golden
There's
toilet.
his little
Damn,
pool.
he's
The
got
pool?
an indoor pool. He's got a pool
This is
table.
normal. That's normal looking. Hideous.
Yeah, where's his bathroom? I want to see the gold toilet.
Fountain, I like that.
Oh,
Here's
there we
a
go.
bathroom.
There we go. We're in a bathroom.
That bathroom
come
was
on.
horrible.
Yeah, the bathroom just...
Looks like something from the 70s or something.
Yeah, what
blue
the fuck,
tile.
dude? It doesn't even make any sense.
every other room is like bedeckled in gold and shit.
Yeah, and then you walk into that bathroom, it looks like a fucking institutional bathroom or something.
Yeah, I think we're
That's
back at the
it.
beginning.
All right, well,
So no shot of the golden toilet.
I want to see the golden toilet, dude. What the fuck, man? That's not fair.
Sorry. So then eventually Trump became a reality star himself, as we know. Although it kind of seems almost like we've repressed that in a way. I don't really hear too many people talking about it.
it's just a fact that's so horrible that we all had to accept as soon as we learned he was going to be president, that I think we've all, you know how like you block out a terrible memory?
Right. You're just like, oh, we're in the reality star.
Because I know I'm starting to feel nervous about you bringing this up and like putting pictures and
Yeah,
this
dude.
up. I'm like, oh
It's
no,
like,
wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Our president used to be on TV telling Omarosa she's fired for not being the best clown on the fucking clown committee. Uh-oh.
After recovering.
Oh, no.
So Trump was kind of a little bit down and out, at least for Trump, when he agreed to do this series. He had just changed his business strategy from borrowing to build and purchase assets. So basically use other people's money to build shit. To now he was just to the point of licensing his name to other people. So basically just like taking someone's working on a project. They want the Trump name because it's famous.
Yeah, we
So
watched some of that
yeah.
shit back in the day on DP when he was running.
Right.
Remember like the Trump Steaks and the
So
Trump
he would just
University.
he'd just sell his name to shit because he's like, I'm Trump. People for some reason thought it was some kind of mark of quality. Like billionaire Donald Trump wouldn't sell me a fucking turd.
Right.
But of course he would.
he would.
He's hella rich. Why would he want to get hella richer by selling me shit?
So producer Mark Burnett approached Trump about a new television show. Trump at the time said that he thought reality television was for the bottom feeders of society, which might be the Trump statement I've agreed with the most of any Trump statement I've been made aware of.
Also makes sense why he rushed to it.
Yes. So eventually they blew enough smoke up Trump's ass that he decided to do the show.
You're going to be a star.
It was co-produced by Burnett and Trump. Its first season having aired in early 2004. The premise of the show is a bunch of people compete to be his new apprentice and win a contract working for his company.
Oh.
And then later it became the Celebrity Apprentice, and I don't know what the fuck that was about. The popularity of the show led to Trump becoming known for his fateful catchphrase, "You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired."
You were the worst painter of this group of amateur painters. You are fired.
And the emergence of Trumponomics, a portmanteau of Donald Trump and economics, initially spelled Trump-onomics, which started as a bland managerial concept on cable TV, meant to convey the notion that impressing the boss was the only way to climb the corporate ladder. The opening theme song, theme music used on the show is "For the Love of Money," a 1973 R&B song by the OJs.
Yeah.
Trump claims that he earned $214 million in the 14-season run of the show.
I mean, I'm sure it was probably...
It was probably significant.
I mean,
it had high ratings.
I've seen a couple
Yeah, it was
episodes.
probably
of the,
significantly more than that.
I've seen a couple episodes of this show, and it's laden with product placement. I guarantee you, and all the advertisements they sold during the shows, I guarantee they made a shit ton of fucking money.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this show, like it or not, I didn't watch it, but it was super fucking white-hot popular for a while. For 2 or 3 seasons,
Yeah.
it was all anybody was talking about and watching. Everybody was watching it and shit. So
I'm fucking Donald Trump,
And no,
bitch.
dude, I'll tell you what, no one gave a fuck about Donald Trump then. Like, they were covering him ravenously then. Ooh, who got fired on The Apprentice?
yeah. Well, I mean, and still, like, even when The Apprentice was on, nobody really gave a fuck about Donald Trump
No.
unless it was time for him to not fire somebody. He was just like the MacGuffin in the show. He didn't even do anything for the show.
Yeah, he would show
Like,
up
literally, his
occasionally.
contribution was to sit there on his fat rump
Yeah.
for like 10 minutes of an episode and listen to these people and then point at one of them and go, "You're fired." And that was it. Like, literally.
Sums it up, dude.
I'm like, he might have done a little more than that. He might go like, "Today's competition is go out and see who can sell more paintings." You know, and then it's like
Basically.
90% of the show is the other people on it. So, and that's really what carried
Whoever
the
can
show.
market and sell the most hot dogs, that team will be the winner. And it's like, all right.
Yeah, and when he found these fucking personalities that were obviously like antagonistic to the other ones, drama sells, so he kept bringing Omarosa back over and over. I think eventually she was like a vice president on the show or some shit. Like she was like, he hired her to be permanently by his side, and she would like interact with the fucking people more, so she had to do all the grunt work, so he could just sit there on his fat fucking rump and say, "You're fired.
You're fired. You're
You-
fired again.
You are fired. You are
So
fired.
let's take a look at some celebrity houses. You guys want to do that?
You're fired.
We could do that.
You're fired.
What's this little shack?
Everyone's fired.
What's this? His bathroom? Is this his bathroom? Is this
This
his
is-
outhouse?
This is just the bathroom.
I might crap in a place like this, but I wouldn't sleep in it.
This is the home of Howard Stern.
Oh yes, Stern, the up-jumped gutter rat from Brooklyn, New York. Disgusting, disgusting man. Filthy mouth.
How many square foot is your house, rich guy?
How many square foot is this one?
It's 18,673
Mine
square
is
feet.
118,617 square feet.
Wow, that's a lot more.
Exactly.
This is Howard's Palm Beach house.
Oh, is this house? I thought you were talking about bathrooms.
Oh, just bathroom.
Yes.
You got a huge bathroom.
Why wouldn't you? Do you like to shit in a confined space? It stinks.
Sits on 3.25 acres that backs up the Atlantic Ocean. Since he bought the 12-bedroom home, he has done countless renovations, which have included the addition of a 1,000-square-foot closet for his wife. Property details are very limited, though we do know the property boasts an oceanfront pool.
His wife, Beth Ostrowski Stern, is when you look at them together, you just know that his wallet is what she's fucking. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she is
Oh, yeah.
this super hot, tall, leggy, blonde swimsuit model looking chick. And he looks like a fucking gargoyle that fell off of a building somewhere in some horrible old medieval church in England somewhere.
Well, she's in love with his 18,673
So yeah, I can guarantee you, I
mansion.
can guarantee you, a decent portion of this house is dedicated to closet space for her ass because he keeps her well.
Yeah, I mean, she has a closet that's basically, it's larger than my living room
Yeah.
and this room that we're sitting in and the kitchen combined, probably.
It's pretty
Or
much
close
pretty
to
much
it.
the size of this house. Yeah. Look, this is a big controversy in the Howard Stern universe. I'm kind of a Howard Stern fan, at least of his older shit.
Right.
And Howard kind of made his bones on this. I'm the everyman, and I thumb my nose at these rich fucks and these stupid, puffed up media people, and that's why people loved him. And then he signed the deal with Sirius satellite radio,
$400 million,
which
dude.
became Sirius XM. It was an absolutely huge deal. One of the biggest entertainment deals ever signed for any artist, for anything. It gave, because Howard was smart, and when he got rich, he purchased all of the rights to all of his old back stuff, and then he basically sold it to Sirius XM exclusively. And was like, you can play all my back stuff, and I will do my show exclusively on your thing, and it worked. And he made a fuck ton of money. But the fan base started calling him Hampton's Howie. Because when he got rich, he started caring about shit that he would have fucking made fun of. Like, he got a bunch of plastic surgery, which is something he used to make fun of people for doing. He, wears all these expensive fucking clothes and has, like, personal assistants and spends his time in this fucking house. And people aren't buying it anymore. It's just like, it was damaging to his image, honestly. And his show is not doing well on Sirius right now. The whole Sirius as a platform is not doing well.
Oh, dude, everyone that talks about Howard Stern now, it's like, oh, man, Howard Stern, yeah, I loved him 10 years ago. It's like...
He did this horrible thing where he's like, I want to be the nice guy that everybody likes. So he started focusing on, like, straight man interviews with these horrible, like... B-list personality, and that's all he does now. I mean, every once in a while he'll get a big AAA list interview, and he's usually good in those, but like the average person, like he'll have one of the Baldwins come in, you know what I mean? And he'll do this like horrible, boring, straight interview with one of the Baldwins.
Oh my God, why?
A dude that like, dudes that have so much shit on them that if they would have come into Howard's studio 10, 15, 20 years
They'd
ago.
be getting fucking
Oh my
demolished.
God, they would have gotten fucking ripped on the whole time.
So it's like, that's cool. Yeah.
Now he just wants to put you to sleep in these boring music interviews where he has these bands in and just drones on and on like he's some music expert because he was a DJ. It's just like, ugh. The Howard Stern sucks now, but this is what sucking gets you. Once you have a certain amount of money, you get to live in a place like this,
That's nice.
even if you suck, which is pretty awesome, I guess, for rich people.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to know that you don't have to be cool.
I'm sure he's real depressed in his palatial mansion.
Oh, he is. That's the great thing
this
about
guy?
Howard Stern. He's perpetually depressed, even though he lives in a place like this.
What about this?
Who lives here?
Who do you think?
This? Hold on, let me look at this place. Is this? This kind of looks like it might be in Washington State. Is this? This isn't fucking Gates's house, is it?
No,
No?
this isn't Bill
No,
Gates.
this is not Bill Gates' house. This
All
is the house of Tiger Woods.
Oh, which one?
This is
Which one of those is his house?
all of it.
Oh,
Just all of that.
Which one is it? Both.
Yeah, it's actually one structure, I believe. 'Cause
Oh, so
if you look
it's
at the
underground.
ground-
it's like a
Yeah.
compound.
Yeah, a lot of it is like
So there's
beneath
shit
that
under.
surface level.
Wow.
Custom built to Tiger and his former wife Ellen's specifications on elusive Jupiter Island, this gorgeous 10,000 square foot home backs up to the ocean. Outside, there are 4 putting greens with bunkers of different depths, a putting studio, a running track, a basketball and tennis court, a 60-foot diving pool, 100-foot lap pool, boathouse, and spa. Inside the 4-bedroom home, which includes a glass-fronted elevator for anyone who wants to take in the incredible sea views as they bypass the stairs, a wine cellar, theater, and game room. In 2013, there were reports the house was beginning to sink as a result of Florida's soft soil, apparently not an uncommon problem in the Sunshine State, although there isn't really any follow-up information available.
Wow.
So it sounds like he's on one. I don't know. I don't know what Jupiter Island is, but I'm assuming it's probably in the Florida Keys
Or the Bahamas or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
he's got a nice little.
I would just like that lap pool, man.
Yeah,
I'd fucking kill to have that lap pool. That'd be dope.
dope as fuck.
Yeah. I like that lap pool.
How about this?
That looks like the terminal at an airport.
Well, this is where Jay-Z and Beyonce live.
Of course.
With an original asking price of $135 million, Jay-Z and Beyonce got this 2-acre Bel Air compound for a deal. The property is comprised of 6 separate structures, including a 30,000 square foot main house with 8 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms,
Normal.
a gaming and entertainment building, a 15-car garage, 4 pools, and a basketball court.
I've shat on that lawn.
The smart house boasts a helipad, bulletproof windows, in-house spa and fitness center, a custom staircase made of exotic wood and featuring stone steps lined with brown leather, 40-foot ceilings in the main living space, and sliding glass walls that can completely recede to open the interior up to the huge patio and lawn.
That's fucking crazy. That's just insane. It looks like it's built on the top of a hill so that all the other rich people have to look up at them.
Yep.
Oh, dude, that's definitely a rich person thing now. Because with technology, there's a lot of these doors where it's like your living room can suddenly become a patio area.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like
Why
people are
wouldn't
doing-
you? Like, I would, I don't know if I'd ever even, I wouldn't know what to do with myself in a house like this, honestly. Like, I'd probably live in it and party in it a few times and then just go, what the fuck am I doing here? I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have like, how many square feet did they say this was? 80,000 or 30,000. So that's 30,000 square feet of space.
I mean, it basically is the terminal at an airport.
Yeah. This is a more traditional sort of mansion.
Is it?
Yes.
Jesus.
This is the abode of a one Miss Oprah Winfrey.
Oh.
This is often referred to as the promised land. And remember, a lot of these people have more than one house. This is just like their main house.
Their main house.
This is
yeah.
like her Neverland ranch.
So this is this is located on a 42-acre estate.
Yes.
Nothing short of magnificent. The 6-bedroom, 14-bathroom neo-Georgian style main house includes a gourmet kitchen, wine cellar, theater with a second one outside, multiple covered and uncovered terraces to make it easy to enjoy the grounds. Outside, there are equestrian facilities, including riding rings, paddocks,
obviously.
covered stalls, a horse trainer's house, and a state-of-the-art
Clearly.
stable and barn.
How do you expect to get around the
Yeah,
grounds?
any genteel
On
person
a
would surely
four-wheel
love a house.
drive like a redneck?
She has a pool. She has 2 outdoor fireplaces, a man-made stocked lake for fishing, multiple ponds,
Only
a
one?
2-acre avocado grove,
Yes.
a koi pond, rose gardens, an entertainment area, a guest house with a separate pool, and then when the main house gets to be too much, Oprah can head out to the tea house, where she often goes to relax.
Oh, yes. Sounds delightful.
This sounds like an appropriate house for somebody.
Yes.
I mean, I think we finally hit a standard of like, acceptable.
It's a cute little cottage.
This is...
This looks like a disgusting piece of shit sawmill in the middle of nowhere.
Well, this is where Bill Gates lives.
Oh, horrible.
Although he's not technically a celebrity in the sense that he doesn't act or sing, Bill Gates is famous enough to be included and top this list.
If the aerial photographs of my home look like this, I would shit myself with grief.
Oh, really?
Yes. Look at this. How do you differentiate this from just a sawmill or a factory in the middle of the Yukon somewhere? It's horrible.
Well, maybe I can tell you some stats.
Some
about it.
details. Maybe that'll
Sure.
elucidate it for
So,
you.
7-bedroom, 24-bathroom house spans over 66,000 square feet, includes 6 kitchens, a 2,100 square foot library with domed roof, an exercise room with a sauna, separate men and women's locker rooms, a steam room, a trampoline room, an indoor-outdoor pool with underwater music system, a man-made stream stocked with trout and salmon, a theater, Its over-the-top technological features include rotating artwork and pressure-sensitive floors that ensure security knows where everyone is at all times. Of course, your location shouldn't be too much of a problem, as all guests are issued a microchip in a pin that tracks their location, while also allowing them to change the temperature and lighting to their own preference. By the way, the estate ends at a beach on Lake Washington. The beach consists of sand that was brought over by a barge from St. Lucia.
Looks like they broke that barge down and built the rest of the place with it. A hovel.
A hovel.
A hovel.
Wow.
A pitiable hovel.
You must be...
A trampoline room. What are you, 12?
I thought he was the...
A trampoline room.
He was
second
the
richest
richest guy in the world for a
Yeah,
while.
yes.
I think he's the second richest
Yeah.
now.
An underwater water sound system. What are you doing? Holding your breath for 10 seconds and listening to Bach?
I guess so.
What a stupid waste of a man. Bill Gates should sign away all his wealth to me.
But sometimes, a poor person will end up getting some money.
That's true. It
They
can't
win
happen.
the lottery.
I hate to see it happen.
Ooh.
We hate to see it happen, but sometimes it does.
Well, I don't think you would hate to see it happen because it seems like a lot of times it doesn't work out too well.
We get it back.
Yep. It shows, you know what the shows? They don't have the proper breeding.
This
Not the
homie
proper
here
person.
is Gerald Muswagon.
What?
Yeah, this is Gerald Muswagon.
Muskwagon?
Muswagon.
Muswagon. A disgusting plebeian's name. Muswagon.
It does sound like a plebeian name.
Never has
dude.
a man of wealth or honor been named Muswagon in all of the
And
history
it was
of
probably
mankind.
short-lived, and rightly so.
In 1998, Gerald Muswagon won $10 million from the Super 7 jackpot in Canada. But he couldn't handle the instant fame that came with winning the grand prize, according to Canada's Globe and Mail. He bought several new vehicles for himself and friends, purchased a house that turned into a nightly party pad, and often celebrated his new lifestyle with copious amounts of drugs and alcohol. The Globe and Mail reported in a single day he bought 8 big-screen televisions for friends. Muswagon also poured money into a logging business that failed because of low sales. He was eventually forced to take a job doing heavy lifting on a friend's farm just to make ends meet, according to the Globe and Mail. According to media reports, Muswagon hanged himself in his parents' garage in 2005.
Damn, dude. Talk about better off if he never won a fucking cent.
Yep.
What a stupid ox. Born like an ox, given the opportunity to not live like an ox, but returned back to the field like the beast of burden he always was. Goodbye, Musgrave, or whatever your name was.
Musgrave.
I love it.
The sad thing is it's true. The sad thing is it's true, man.
Michael Carroll was just 19 when he won Britain's 9.7 million pound.
He was a garbage man?
Yes, he was. And not only was he a garbage man before, but he was a garbage man shortly after.
Oh, no.
It was about 15. He won about 15 million bucks. By
15
American
million.
standards.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's crazy.
According to Michi, want to guess what he spent it on?
Hookers and ice cream.
Basically, crack, parties, prostitutes, and cars put him back to square one in 5 years. Last we heard, the former
5 years! So 3 million pounds a year is what he spent, dude, or dollars.
apparently the last reports on him say that he was trying to get his job as a garbage man back. Trying to get it back.
Once we've cast you out, nobody wants you. Not even the garbage heap till distillery will take you back. Not even fit to empty my cans anymore.
Willie Hurt's alleged crack addiction did him in. In 1989, Willie won a $3.1 million jackpot in the Michigan lottery. 2 years later, Hurt was divorced, lost custody of his children, and was charged with attempted murder. And according to media reports, picked up a crack cocaine addiction. Stories from that time say the habit sucked away his entire fortune.
Yes. Yes, and who do you think sold him that crack? It was me.
It was you?
Yes.
Is that how you made your fortune?
Every time I hear about one of these rubes winning the fucking lotto, I hang outside their houses with some crack.
Luke Petard wound up flipping burgers at
What's
McDonald's.
he making there? I've never seen one of those.
That's a McDonald's hamburger.
Oh, disgusting.
Welsh-born Luke Petard won 1.3 million. I don't even know what the fuck they use in that country. $1.9 million in 2006, but spent almost all of it on a trip to the Canary Islands, a wedding, and a house. A year and a half later, Petard was forced to return to his job at McDonald's.
Petard, indeed.
They all think I'm a bit mad, but I tell them there's more to life than money, Petard told The Telegraph in 2008. I love working at McDonald's before I became a millionaire, and I enjoy being back there again.
Jean-Luc Petard, captain of the USS Stupid Ass.
Teen mom Callie Rogers, she blew all her money. She won.
Did she blow it out into her belly?
She was 16.
She ate all of her wealth.
I think it's
didn't
weird
she?
that they let 16-year-olds play in the UK, but apparently they do. She won about $3 million in 2003.
so
Apparently they do. Look at her.
dude, think about this. She makes a terrible decision, teenage mom, but then she wins $3 million. I'm sure it ends up perfect.
Oh, she does. She briefly vowed to manage her winnings responsibly, but then she made a quick work of her fortune. She reportedly spent millions on vacations, clothing, cars, breast implants, and according to the British tabloid The Sun, more than $300,000 on cocaine. She also reportedly spent more than $250,000 on a bungalow and a house for her mother. Rogers eventually became a mom of 3 and has said on the record she's teaching them to be very careful with money. I'm glad they'll grow up knowing the value of money, she told The Sun. I was too young to win the lottery. It nearly broke me, but thankfully I'm stronger now than ever.
So many of these people just breed their wealth away. So many little suckling pigs at the teat that there's no more left for you.
Yeah, I like how she's going to teach them a lesson about financial responsibility when she won a fortune and blew it.
Be like me, a moron who frittered away a fortune that I could have lived on the interest of for the rest of my life.
Yes.
So what do you guys? You guys, do either of you know how many people who win the lottery end up broke? Within a few years.
Isn't it like something like 50%?
It's 70%.
70? Oh my god.
70% of people who win a lottery
How could you
or
be
get,
so
or
dumb?
get a big windfall actually end up broke in a few years, according to the National Endowment for Financial Education.
How can you be so fucking stupid? Like they don't have to do anything. Don't they realize that? That's the problem with all these these people that become rich through winning the lottery or whatever. It's like they don't realize you're already rich. You don't have to do anything. Like it's like Paul just jokingly said, like, invested into a fucking index fund, invested in some safe shit. And
you could live on the interest of $3 million, a moderate lifestyle for the rest of your life. Period. Like you
a nice lifestyle, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to fucking like. But that's people don't realize that. That's the sad part of like our worship of these people that have all this opulence. It's like, you know, kids look at a dude like Lil Pump living in a mansion, wearing fucking $1 billion worth of fucking diamonds on him, driving a Lamborghini. And when if they ever do happen into some money, an inheritance or win the lotto or something, they go out and buy all that shit. But the problem is that Lil Pump, when he goes and buys a Lamborghini, he can go cut another album and put money back in the bank. What are you going to do?
So here's what the National Endowment for Financial Education has to say about it. They say, you know, how is it possible?
How could it be?
People who were little, ordinary people all of a sudden become extraordinary, said Steve Lewitt, CEO of Wealth Financial Group in Chicago. They're euphoric. They lose all sense of reality. They think they're invincible and powerful. They think they're Superman. The biggest problem, several financial advisors agreed, is that lottery winners give away too much money to family and friends. Once family and friends learn of the windfall, they have expectations of what they should be entitled to, and many of these expectations are not rational, says Charles Conrad, senior financial planner with Sarka Financial in North Olmsted. It can be very difficult to say no. The easy solution would be to rely on a third party to act as a gatekeeper, Conrad said, but many lottery winners don't turn to anyone to intercept the flood of requests coming from all those close, in quotations, friends and relatives.
You would need
the same thing often applies to professional athletes who get huge contracts, he said.
I'm sure they come out of the woodwork.
Yes, your entire family that you've never seen in years
Comes out of the woodwork.
out of the woodwork. Everybody who's ever tangentially known you comes out of the woodwork.
Man, see, that's one thing.
with their hand out begging for some cheddar.
They wouldn't even be able to get a hold of me. So it's fine.
Yeah.
They could try all they want.
You better just ghost the motherfuckers at that point.
I mean,
because-
I think that would probably be the smartest thing to do. That's what I do now. Ain't none of them calling me now. So, and I ain't calling them. I just keep it that way.
Yo, TJ, it's your second cousin, Greg, bro.
If you win the lottery, you can remain anonymous, so you could just.
It depends on the state, actually. In some states,
okay,
you're
you
not
can.
allowed to be anonymous. In some, you are.
You should be able to.
I think it should be universal.
Yeah.
I think every
I
state
think,
should
I
allow
think they should
anonymity.
get rid of this farce of like ruining people's lives by throwing a bunch of money at them that they have no idea what to do with.
Maybe.
Like, just end it. It just sounds like a stupid enterprise.
And it's crazy because most of these people don't realize that, like, it's like, oh, my own family members wouldn't. Like, yes, of course they would. You're in a capitalist system. They're going to come after you with, like, fucking, like, full steam. Like, our cousin just won $80 million. Of course you're going to fucking be like, oh, we love you. Oh, yeah, can we buy a big screen TV and cars and houses? Look, you can pay off everything for us. Look, we have $200,000. Our whole life would be changed. And they fucking get suckered like, I'm helping them. And then just keep coming back and coming back.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, then it's like, let's have a party. And like everyone around them just exploits them until there's nothing left, and they just go sink away back to their own lives. Like, oh, we milked the fucking cow dry.
Yeah, and then when they have nothing, guess who isn't there for them?
Oh, they're not going to be there. Fuck, they don't give a shit.
Because they have
about them.
nothing. They frittered it away too. That's the thing. It sounds like what happens is a combination of like leeches coming out of the woodwork and sucking dry your coffers, and a desire to have too much fuck you money too quick. Because that's what that guy was saying at the beginning of what TJ read, is like they start to feel like they're gods and shit. So it's just like, I got money now. I never did have money, but now I do. So fuck you. Get out of my way. Here's a wad of money. Fuck you. I want that. Here's a wad of money. And then pretty soon the wads of money dry up and they're like,
What happened to all the wads of money?
With people who are born into wealth, that like someone obviously had to establish that wealth, and then they have specific like financial advisors. So like they're basically like, look, they're taken care of and looked
Well,
at.
they've set up an infrastructure of like
To support
Here
that.
is how we manage this amount of money.
And,
Right.
and the thing is that these people live opulent lifestyles, but like always within the means of what they actually produce and what they have, and what their income is.
I mean, at the very fucking top,
Most of
all
them.
those houses that we're looking at, Beyonce's house and Bill Gates's house, all those opulent fucking crazy houses, those people, they have so much money and they're so tightly they're living and operating all of that property and shit on the interest and returns from their investments alone. They're not even touching their bottom line on the monthlies for that.
No.
See, that's the thing, is like, that's one of these things that I think these people don't realize, is like they get $15 million. They go buy a
like
big ass mansion.
Howard Stern's house that I showed you earlier is a $52 million house, but he's worth $650 million.
Right. So it makes sense. Like, you could make that much alone just on the fucking returns from having that other 600
plus,
million in the bank for a year.
Depending on
It's
how
retarded.
Depending on how the real estate market goes, I mean, he might end up. That house might end up being worth
Oh, yeah.
more than he bought it for.
Because he's so well off, yeah, one day he could say, you know what, I'm going to sell this property, and I want to get $100 million for it. He might get $80 million
Yeah.
for it at the end of the day, but I mean, he's still probably going to make a profit on it.
But a lot of these people will go out and buy these houses and shit, and then when the money does run dry, they have to lose that too.
Yeah.
They can't pay the fucking property taxes on their house anymore. They can't pay the upkeep on that house anymore. People don't think about, like, when you buy a house, that's the first expense. Just getting your ass in the door is the first expense. And then there's just, like, owning a house was one of the craziest, most economically draining things I ever did in my fucking life. And I didn't have a big fucking mansion nowhere. I had a normal fucking suburban looking house. And I'm telling you, man, as soon as you get a house, something breaks.
Yep.
And who's on the hook for it when you own it? You ain't got a landlord or a fucking, association to call. It's you. So you got to call the plumber, and he wants his money. You know what I mean? I mean, there are things you can do to mitigate that, but that costs money too. Insurance, having insurance on your house to pay for that, having the appliance insurance. We ended up getting that. It's insane. You don't even think about how many things stack up just maintaining a property for you to live and shit.
and I mean,
and eat
like,
in.
Let alone look at the
And
property
you have
he
to
has.
imagine the astronomical cost of maintaining a $52 million property.
Howard Stern is spending upwards of fucking $100,000 just to maintain that property. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Look at the landscaping, dude. You know, like, for your grass to look like that and have the nicest kind of grass
He's
got to
do 2 or 3 times a week out there.
Yeah.
You gotta
Manicuring
have
that lawn.
maids, you gotta have.
He has maids.
Probably
He
kitchen
talks about his
staff,
maids.
Probably all kinds of shit.
He has chefs.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? And like, he's able to maintain all of that and not impact his bottom line. He's not going to run dry. It's not like he's like, well, I can do this for another 12 months. That's where a lot of these like lottery winners find themselves. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I can afford to live here for another year, and then
they're not on that level. So you got to think about that. I mean, like if you win $10 million in the lottery, going and buying a $10 million house is a fucking stupid idea.
if you're a smart person, $10 million, you don't have to lift a finger for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah.
It also means you're not going to be living in Bill Gates' house. So
Well, no.
take your pick.
All right, well, that's pretty much it on modern day excess. Actually, there's a lot more we could have gone over, but yeah, I mean, like really, you got to fucking draw the line somewhere.
Quite a bit more. I didn't see any of my areas. Didn't see any of my foods that I consume.
Well, we'll have to do a special just on the habits of what would the name of you be, sir?
You think I'm going to share my name with you?
No.
You think I want you calling me or saying you're associated with me in any way?
What even convinced you to be on this podcast?
Because I heard that some stupid plebs were going to be doing a stupid podcast about excess, as they call it. As I call it, it's living good. Living fat, as my dad would say, yes?
I think
Living fat.
we've been thoroughly debunked, dude. I don't think
Yes.
I think there's no defense. I mean, excess wins. The rich win, dude. Eat the
They
poor.
kind of they kind of do, though,
Eat
don't
the
they?
poor.
Eat
Yeah,
the poor,
sure.
baby.
At every angle, they win. Because even as we hate them, even as we look at their
Envy
giant
them,
opulent
hate them.
mansions and their horrible wastes of space and all of this shit,
Of fucking raw
we
materials.
Want, we want them. We want to be them. I want to be them. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say no to
Would
$1 billion.
you say no? Would you say no to Howard Stern's mansion?
Fuck no.
No.
That's what I'm saying. No, I mean, like
If I could
if you could
have the
it
money to
and
maintain, it,
and
yeah.
everything else, of course you would say
course
yes,
I
yes,
would.
yes, yes.
I don't think there's a soul on this planet other than Howard Stern that wouldn't trade up to Howard Stern's mansion. He wouldn't need to. He's already got Howard
He's
Stern's
got it.
mansion.
He doesn't need it. But yeah, I guess the only thing you could say Howard Stern lost, and a lot of these people as creatively have lost, is like a lot is when people get super wealthy. A lot of times their talent kind of like look at Eminem. It's like it's a talent suck, but
I think Eminem's talent suck was more drug related than anything.
I mean, what fuels that?
And
more
he's
than
still
anything?
still very talented. He's just I don't know. Not what he used to be.
What do they say about Howard Stern? I mean, Howard Stern is still probably a talented
He
guy,
is.
but
He's still the best in the
does-
biz.
he
He's
does-
just
he doesn't have what it takes
the
anymore.
worst
So, I
of the
mean,
best now.
I guess if there's anything you could say they lost in that equation, I'm saying that's probably the most common thing you'll hear people say.
Yep. Well, let's dive back into this topic another time someday, gentlemen. I think there's more on the bone.
Fare thee well.